By the time he was 8 years old, he had lost 5 siblings. At 9, he was left for dead, only to awaken from a coma paralyzed. But he recovered from a seemingly hopeless state of body and mind. Bradley Quick is here to share with you his path from Skid Row junkie to successful talk show host, author, mentor, and motivational speaker. If you're looking for a better tomorrow, if you want a positive evolution, or if you're in need of a quick fix, you're in the right place. Now kick back and get ready for the top experts in the field of body, mind, and soul. Here on the Quick Fix with Bradley Quick. Purpose, power, motivation.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Quick Fix here on Cool Change Radio, your home for positive answers and the place to find that life and health solution you've been looking for. We're right here right now to inform you as to the latest life enhancement techniques in many different areas, including health, fitness, nutrition, psychology, finance, weight loss, and a whole variety of other wonderful and life-empowering topics. Today's show is brought to you by the Cool Change Foundation. If you're fond of our show, if we brought you some breakthrough solutions, or you just want to help us stay on the air, donate today. Come on now, think about it. We make life better for mom and dad. We make life better for the children. We make life better for the children. We make life better for the family. Everybody wins. It's a win-win deal. And it's also 100% tax deductible. No donations too small. You can donate right now at www.thecoolchangefoundation.org. That's thecoolchangefoundation.org. Remember, it's time for Cool Change with the Cool Change Foundation. Welcome, everyone. My name is Bradley Quick. I'm here to discuss solutions with you. I'm here to talk with you about having a better life experience and becoming the best you that you can be. Our guest today is author and national specialist, Dr. Earl Mindell. His latest book, the new Dr. Earl Mindell's Nutrition Bible, was written several what's that? Vitamin Bible. Vitamin Bible. It says so right here, Vitamin Bible. He's sold over 11 million copies so far. Dr. Mindell, are you ready to have a great show?
Absolutely.
We're going to have a situation.
Exciting.
You hang in there. We'll be right with you, okay?
Okay.
All right, everybody. Thanks for all you joining us on CoolChangeRadio.com, BradleyQuick.com, and on Facebook.com. As you know, you can catch all our live and recorded video shows and interviews on those sites and many other websites. And as always, you can listen to our archived interviews, hundreds of them, your favorite topics, your favorite experts, and favorite personalities at BradleyQuick.com. Later, former Mr. Universe Paul Madonna will be with us here talking about fitness and healthy living in the Getting Fit with Mr. Universe segment. It's all going to happen shortly, so stay right where you are. Make a note. If you'd like to chime in with a question for my guest today, or just send us an instant message to Cool Change Radio. That's on Yahoo Instant Messenger. Cool Change Radio. Tag us in right now. Add us in right now. Get on the line with us. Ask us a question. We'll answer for you. And keep in mind, we're here as always to inspire your life, to resolve your issues in career, health, and relationships. You make your health better, to empower you to be all that you can be. Because if you keep doing what you're doing, you'll keep getting what you're getting. If you want something different, you got to do something different. Okay, he teaches the benefits that are reaped from nature's own foods in the form of vitamins, how B complex and C could alleviate stress, how vitamin E can increase one's endurance and stamina, and how B12 could eliminate fatigue. He says after embarking on the most elementary vitamin regimens in his life, he was not only convinced, he was converted. Joining us now on the Quick Fix here on Cool Change Radio and TV Network, author and nutritional specialist, Dr. Earl Mindell. Doctor, welcome to the show.
Bradley, it's a pleasure to be on the show. It's an exciting time, and you're doing a great, I feel, benefit to the public, bringing this information to people because we have become a sickness-oriented nation.
But I can only bring your solutions to the sickness-oriented
That's right.
nation because of what you do. You just got back from Denver, didn't you?
Yes, I did a 4-day tour of Denver, a couple of television shows, 5 autographings, and a couple of speaking engagements. And I got a real good chance to see a cross-section of America, because each one of these cities, it's around Denver, but Colorado is an interesting state. You have 3 cities that are very close together. One is Boulder, which is kind of a hippie
place, right.
Denver, which is kind of a yuppie, and Colorado Springs is very establishment.
Right.
They have the Air Force Academy and a lot of conservative people. So you get a chance to see all different aspects of the country in a little microcosm. And everyone there was interested in the ecology. I'm very excited. I never saw this before. When you get off the off-ramp of the interstate, they have a machine that actually analyzes the output of the emission control.
A machine that actually analyzes the output of emissions from cars?
From cars, yes.
As they go by, or what?
Yes, as they go by.
Wow,
and
that's
if you
incredible.
get, I guess if you
Exceed something.
well, right, but also the other way around. If you go through 3 times where your emissions is lower, you don't have to have a smog control test.
That's great.
But I
it
think,
just measures it right there.
Yeah, I've never seen that before, but I think that in California, because of the emission controls being so much stricter, they probably don't even need that. But that was wild. I never saw that before.
That's amazing. So you had 2 television shows.
Yes, did a couple of TV shows, morning shows. And, it's interesting. I've been in this field for over 45 years.
Yeah, we were talking a long time ago. You said the first show you did was Merv Griffin.
Well, one of the first shows in the 80s.
first,
Right. And I still get asked some rudimentary questions about vitamins and nutrition because the public still wants to know. Unfortunately, we are very well educated when it comes to sickness. All you have to do is watch commercial television.
That's because the medical industry and the pharmaceutical industry benefits off sickness.
Not only that, they make a lot of money on it. But,
That's the whole
we're being
that's the
brainwashed
whole
into
point.
thinking that the only way to treat a problem is through drugs.
Right, absolutely. Well, that's what doctors go to 8 years to school. You're
Pharmacists, right?
Yeah, right.
Yep.
But you went to school for 8 years to learn how to prescribe drugs, didn't you?
Well, not prescribed, but to actually make the drugs available. But the problem is most of the medical people get their education in drug factories called hospitals.
Right.
That's what happens. So we have become a sickness-oriented nation, and we ignore health. And I think we should do maybe like they did in ancient China, where they paid the physician when they were well. Why should you pay him if you're sick?
Right.
Boy, that would change things around, wouldn't it?
It would make everything different, wouldn't it? It's like
sure.
back in the day when they would elect city officers, mayors, and governors and stuff. If you ran for office, it said right there in the documents. If you run for office, you don't qualify. It's only the public opinion, right?
Right.
They would put together the votes, and whoever had the most votes was hired for that office.
Yes. Well, here's a good example, Bradley, and I love this analogy. December 7th, 1941, right? The bombing of Pearl Harbor. The United States was very, shall we say, behind when it came to production of guns and planes and boats and bullets and whatever.
Things
aircraft.
like that, right?
So the government at the time gave all the workers a plot of land where they could grow their vegetables, etc. They call it a victory garden, right? Well, Michelle Obama, who's our current First Lady, is doing the same thing in the inner cities because many of these people in the inner cities can't even get fresh fruits and vegetables. And we know that the average American is getting 2 servings a day, and they need about probably 7 to 10.
At least. Yeah.
So the reason I mention this is at that time, the government also gave the workers a vitamin formula, which they called Vitamins for Victory. Now, why don't we know about that? 70 years later, we're eating the Twinkie Ding Dong Donut Pizza Prozac Pepsi Paxil Prozac diet.
What does that say that again?
It's called the Twinkie Ding Dong Donut Pizza Prozac Pepsi Paxil Prozac diet.
Oh my God.
It's pathetic.
It is pathetic.
So we've known about this forever because the reason, of course, they gave them the vitamin formula was they knew they would have less sick days and be more efficient at what they were doing. And today we have become a nation where it's no longer 5-hour energy drink. I saw a 6-hour energy drink.
Yeah, I saw
and pretty soon it'll be a 24-hour energy drink. You'll have a drip, IV drip set up by the bed.
You are so. What? Tell us about diabetes.
Well, diabetes is a word that I coined in one of my books because it is out of control. When you are obese or overweight, the chances of having so-called type 2 diabetes are very, very great. In fact, they think by the year 2040 that probably half the population of the country will be diabetic.
By 2040?
Yeah, either.
Wow.
A lot of people are pre-diabetic now. They don't even know. But probably 3/4 of the country, the adult population will be overweight in 2040. A third of the children now are overweight. And you'll love this one. 40% of the dogs and cats today are overweight.
Oh, my gosh. I know that's so true because a lot of what the stuff they put in those foods are just fillers.
Well, not only fillers, but the amount, it's all processed. It's all low fiber, so-called white flour, white salt, and white sugar. We're eating a tremendous amount of sugar. I mean, it's hard to believe that's 168 pounds of sugar per person. Yeah,
wow.
Per year. Well, a typical soft drink, a 20-ounce soft drink, has 14 teaspoons. They have a 32-ounce one, and the convenience stores have a bladder buster 64-ounce.
That's the direct result of that is diabetes, is it not?
Well, there's no doubt about it. If you are overweight, your chance of coming with type 2 diabetes are much greater.
And now they say that adult onset diabetes can be found in children as young as 6 years old.
Right. So they don't even call it adult onset anymore. They just call it type 2.
Wow.
Yet it is getting younger and younger because a third of the children are overweight as well.
That's amazing. So what is the new food plate? What is the new food pyramid?
No, they dropped it.
According to Mindell.
They dropped the pyramid, thank goodness, because nobody eats a pyramid. They now have a plate, and half the plate is fruit and vegetables. Right. Half the plate. And of course,
but don't the enzymes to digest fruit and vegetables aren't they different? Don't they not? They don't.
Well, that's true. You
should
should
each other?
You should eat your fruit and vegetables separately.
Of course, and with some time in between.
Yeah,
right?
with time in between. But we should be getting more vegetables. And here's the secret: the darker the color of the fruit and the vegetables, the healthier they are. And of course, the cruciferous vegetables, they make like a T shape. The broccoli, the cauliflower, the kale.
I'll tell you what, let's hang off the broccoli and cauliflower and kale. Cauliflower's not green, is it?
Well, sort of.
We'll be right with me, okay? Stay put, everybody. If you got a habit you want to change, what is it you want to do differently to better your life experience? We just might have the answers for you. I'm here with author of 11 million bestseller, Earl Mindell, The Vitamin Bible, Dr. Earl Mindell himself. We're talking about getting and staying healthier. This is The Quick Fix on Cool Change Radio. We're broadcasting live from Freddie Siegel Studios. My name is Bradley Quick, and we'll be right back.
There are self-help seminars costing thousands of dollars guaranteeing miraculous transformations. There are compelling speakers and life-changing weekend experiences where you can walk on fire. They all deliver revelations that guarantee you'll come back for the more expensive revelations filled with even greater wonder next month on Fiji. We get addicted to positive, heartfelt, expensive theater. What we really need is a jumpstart, an awakening, someone who can give us a reminder that everything we need lies within. Through inspiration and practical knowledge, Dorothy Donahue helps people get grounded and motivated, inspired and energized. It's not just words and affirmations and the power of intention. It's a mindset brought about by a tangible, transcendental experience, an audio-visual, physical, spiritual experience that helps us realize we transform ourselves. We get tools to become the conscious co-creators of lives of unlimited potential. Find out more. Go to DorothyDonahue.com. You're listening to The Quick Fix with Bradley Quick. Purpose, power, motivation. We'll be right back.
I'm Melody Beattie, author of Codependent No More. 7 times more Americans have hepatitis C than AIDS. I'm one of them. If you're one of the millions of Americans with hepatitis C and your doctors are treating you with interferon, then you're clearly aware of how your life has been turned horribly upside down. Backed by huge pharmaceutical monies, the medical community swears there's only one dangerous, disabling way to battle this silent killer. It's not true. There are alternatives, and they work. Triumph Over Hepatitis C is a book written by best-selling author Lloyd Wright, who fully recovered from this frightening disease. Lloyd is helping others to take charge of their lives and fight for their body's freedom from this crippling illness. His program is working for me. Call the people at Hepatitis C Free now at 866-HEP-C-FREE. That's 866-HEP-C-FREE. Don't become another medical statistic. Find out the truth about hepatitis C and get your life back.
Get your copy of Triumph Over Hepatitis C at Barnes & Noble and at hepatitiscfree.com. Call 866-HEP-C-FREE.
All right, welcome back. You're listening to The Quick Fix on Cool Change Radio, your home for self-improvement and a place for positive change. I'm Bradley Quick. We're right here, right now to help you gain the upper hand in becoming all that you want to be. I'd like to give a great big thanks to Fred Siegel and our friends at YouTube and Google for the financial support that our new hit channel, youtube.com/Cool Change Foundation, is brought to our supporting charity. And thanks to Ken Sheets for creating our YouTube Cool Change Foundation channel. We're pushing 1 million views because you go watch the videos and interviews. This is incredible. So I want to thank you personally and Fred Siegel, YouTube, Google, and Ken Sheets. You can check them out at buzzbros.com. That's BUZZBROZ.com. For those of you just joining us on coolchangeradio.com, facebook.com, or bradleyquick.com, welcome. Cool Change Radio would like to welcome to our new talk show hosts, Dr. Doug Lear, The Dr. Doug Show, airing 3 p.m. Mondays. Love and Miracles with Dorothy Lee Donahue can be seen Tuesdays at 2 p.m. Interventionist Elaine Baker and her new show, People Who Make a Difference, airing Wednesdays at 2 p.m. And entrepreneur Gary Cornegay and his new show, Entrepreneur Academy of Leadership, airing Thursdays at 2 p.m. And, of course, you can catch the Quick Fix with Bradley Quick, this show right here, right now, every weekdays at 12 noon and 6 p.m. And do look for our upcoming shows here on the Cool Change Radio Network, including Coaching Couples on the Couch. Coaching Couples on the Couch with Tony Sales. You can join me at Recover Yourself with Lee McCormick and Emily Greaves in Teotihuacan, Mexico, this July 14th through the 19th. Recovery is not about becoming someone else. Recovery is about reconnecting to the truth of who we really are and always have been. That's Recover Yourself with Lee McCormick, Emily Greaves, and me, Bradley Quick, in Teotihuacan, Mexico, July 14th through the 19th. The experience of Teotihuacan is an opening to see through the fears, limitations, beliefs, and stories that would keep us disconnected from our integrity and authenticity. For thousands of years, the light of awareness has been shared through the legacy of Teotihuacan and the Toltec teachings. You don't want to miss this opportunity. It's all yours for only $9.95 plus airfare. For reservations and information, please visit www.spiritrecovery.com. That's spiritrecovery.com, and click on the Journeys link. Okay, that's the Journeys link at spiritrecovery.com. Our guest today is the author of Dr. Earl Mindell's Nutrition Bible. He says a whole new world opened up for him when he began taking vitamins, and he wanted to share it with others. And now he's sold 10 million copies of it. 10 million, that's a lot.
Yep.
11 million, you told me.
Well, it's about up to 11 million. In fact, the new Vitamin Bible is just going out on ebook as well.
Let me show him this thing right here.
Yeah, you'll be able to download it as well. Because right now, believe it or not, the e-books are taking over from, they call this a P-book, a paper book.
Paperback book.
Yeah, the P-books and the e-books are fighting for who's going to become the bigger seller. And I have a feeling that in the next probably 5 to 10 years that the e-books will take over.
Oh, by a long shot. We got with the what is that, the little thing?
Kindles and the Nooks and the iPads. And I feel that it's only a matter of time when your portable, your so-called mobile phone or cell phone will be also an instrument to be able to download any
Pretty
book.
soon you'll put it in your glasses and you'll be able to read it from the inside of the screen.
They're
right?
I'm telling you, they are talking some wild stuff. I mean, every time you blink, that you'll be able to download.
So we were talking about greens. Greens.
Green.
We were trying to establish whether cauliflower was green or not.
It's a green, yellow, or orange leafy vegetables or fruits.
Right.
But we just are not getting enough of these things. And it's been said that probably in the next few years they're going to move it up to about 15 servings of vegetables and fruits.
Well, isn't it true that you can't really consume vegetables as much as you really need in a day? I've heard we need 500 times the capacity we could possibly
Well, the problem is it's not even close. I mean, the average person just doesn't eat fresh vegetables at all, and we should. So taking a supplement is the way to go. And I take a so-called a whole food supplement that has 50 of these different nutrients from the fresh fruits and vegetables.
Not everybody has a Whole Foods near them, or has a.
Well, it's not a.
It's not a product.
No, it's not a product. It's a concept. Everybody can with the web, etc. In fact, if you want, I can give my website.
Do that right now. www.
drmindell MINDELL.com.
There's no Earl in there.
No, just drmindell.com. And I have a blog. I have a newsletter. I have an Urban a Month, and also I have products that I recommend too. So everybody now can get these these products. It's not difficult, but I think the situation is really a matter of education that we today, our so-called standard American diet, or SAD, more like pathetic,
Right.
is really that.
Well, let's just assume that our viewers and our listeners are smart enough to know they should be doing this, right? Where can they go and get something that is truly what it represents itself to be, like a vegetable or a meat or things of that nature?
Once again, more and more of these supermarkets, as well as the health markets, are selling organic fruits and vegetables, and they have to be certified. So it's not difficult to find these things if you really want to. But it's a matter of education. And what I've tried to do in my career is really help to educate people about how to take as good care of themselves as they do their dogs, cats, automobiles, rose bushes, and front lawns. Because if you notice...
Take care of yourself as good as you do the hedges, right?
Well, it's true, because if you look at the ads on television for the dog and cat food commercials, the finest vitamins and minerals, amino acids. I don't see too many dogs smoking cigarettes or drinking a light beer. It's unbelievable. So we really have to relearn what is good for us. And if you want to be healthy, Bradley, you've got to work at it.
Right.
If you want to be sick, don't worry about a thing. It's going to happen. The guys with the stretcher are there. Just call 911 and they come and get you.
Oh, that's funny.
That's true.
What is Banaba?
Banaba is a leaf extract that is well known in the Philippines that helps to basically normalize blood sugar, because just about all of us are sugaraholics. Why? Think about when you're a little boy or a little girl. How are you rewarded if you
sugar?
If you did something your parents loved.
Right, all the
lollipops.
all the typical cereals, the children's cereals in the morning, Captain Crunch or whatever, just full
I
of
recommend
sugar.
eating the box instead of what's inside.
box.
So Banaba is available as an extract that helps to normalize the blood sugar so you don't get the up and down swings. See, if you get up at regular hours, your blood sugar level drops at 10, 2, and 4 in the afternoon, as well as 8 and 10.
10 in the morning.
10, 2, and 4,
in the
8
afternoon,
and 10 at
8
night.
and 10
And if you stay up late enough, midnight, that's where that midnight snack came from. And that's when, if you're watching commercial television about 7 or 9, all of a sudden the pies, cakes, ice
start
cream,
showing all that
desserts.
stuff, right?
Yeah, because they know your blood sugar level is going to drop.
So Banaba is a
It's a leaf. Banana leaf they extract the active ingredients, and it helps to basically regulate the blood sugar so you get a nice down instead of a up and down. Because if you were to typical, I do a lot of flying, and you go to an airport in the morning, you see these lines in front of the hamburger place or the coffee joint, because people are they're addicts. They have to have that. They got to have that caffeine in the morning and the sugar to give them a boost.
So doesn't cinnamon serve the same?
Cinnamon is another very important.
I saw that I've been taking cinnamon, tablets for a long time now. But I couldn't believe it when I first saw cinnamon.
Yep.
Not in a shaker we put on our
No,
toast.
it comes in a capsule form or tablet. Cinnamon, there's a mineral chromium picolinate, which is also another mineral that helps to regulate blood sugar. It's so important. You see, if you don't have the craving, if you don't have the desire, you don't have the addiction for sugar, you won't want it.
Right.
In the first place. So instead of saying, well, you can't have this, we can't have that, you'll find that once you start taking these supplements, you won't even have the desire to eat high sugar content type things.
That's amazing. So what is the typical if one was to eat Banaba or cinnamon?
Yep.
What would be the dosage? How often during a day, considering all the highs and lows of the blood sugar?
I take a supplement in the morning with food and also with my evening meal, and that's fine. I mean, twice a day is fine. It keeps the blood sugar regulated, and you'll find that you won't even have the craving for high sugar type thing. And it doesn't. There's even supplements that make the sugar not even taste the same. So it's not as sweet as. And by the way, here's a sugar substitute that a lot of people don't know about called stevia.
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 Tell us about that.
Well, it's well known in South America. It came on the market here, and the sugar companies and the artificial sweetening companies really got upset, so they prevented it from being brought into the country. Now it seems to be okay again. So
the FDA is so corrupt as well.
Well, it's not corrupt; it's controlled.
It's controlled by people that want to control the system.
Exactly. If you're controlled,
is that corrupt or what?
It's similar, but it's worse. It's worse because when you control something, you don't have to be corrupt.
Exactly.
So anyway, stevia comes in little packs. Powder, like the regular type thing, comes in liquid. I carry with me, or I notice now some of the restaurants are even having stevia as part of the list of all
His
things.
name is Dr. Earl Mindell. You can get Dr. Earl Mindell's Nutrition Bible, I assume, everywhere, right?
Right, and also the new vitamin Bible is readily available.
New vitamin Bible is also available, and here that is, and you can, where is it? There it is, right there, like that. Okay, and you can check his website at www.drmindell. That's MINDELL. DRMINDELL.com. I want you to come back and talk to us about aging. Okay, about why people are aging the way they are and how to prevent that or prolong our lives.
Well, slowing the aging process, I think, is something that we should all be aware of.
Okay, and when we come back, we'll be more aware of that. Fair enough?
Good.
That's wonderful. All right. Thank you all for being with us. It's only because of you and your support that we can do what we do. You can donate now at thecoolchangefoundation.org. That's thecoolchangefoundation.org. This is Cool Change Radio, your home for self-improvement and a place to reshape your vision of what's possible. My name is Bradley Quick. We're broadcasting live from Freddie Siegel Studios. We will be right back.
There are self-help seminars costing thousands of dollars guaranteeing miraculous transformations. There are compelling speakers and life-changing weekend experiences where you can walk on fire. They all deliver revelations that guarantee you'll come back for the more expensive revelations filled with even greater wonder next month on Fiji. We get addicted to positive, heartfelt, expensive theater. What we really need is a jumpstart, an awakening, someone who can give us a reminder that everything we need lies within. Through inspiration and practical knowledge, Dorothy Donahue helps people get grounded and motivated, inspired and energized. It's not just words and affirmations and the power of intention. It's a mindset brought about by a tangible, transcendental experience, an audio-visual, physical, spiritual experience that helps us realize we transform ourselves. We get tools to become the conscious co-creators of lives of unlimited potential. Find out more. Go to DorothyDonahue.com. You're listening to The Quick Fix with Bradley Quick. Purpose, power, motivation. We'll be right back.
Get quality goods for less from Bag City, serving all of Reno, Denver, Las Vegas, Bakersfield, Salt Lake City, Los Angeles, and many more cities. Up to 70% below retail on everything. Coin purses, wallets, organizers, purses, briefcases, backpacks, traveling garment bags, and ladies and men's leather jackets. All discounted, all up to 70% below retail. Bag City, the best for less? Bag City serving all of Reno, Denver, Las Vegas, Bakersfield, Salt Lake City, Los Angeles, and many more cities. Contact Bag City at 818-990-1795. That's Bag City, quality goods for less money. Bag City, where 15% of all sales go to local charities. You can't beat that. You help local charities while getting quality goods at up to 70% below retail. Contact Bag City now at 818-990-1795. Contact Bag City today and get quality goods for less money. That's 818-990-1795. Shop Bag City to save. Shop Bag City for charity. Bag City, 818-990-1795. Welcome back, everybody. You're listening to Cool Change Radio, your home for self-improvement and a place to find your passion and purpose. I'm Bradley Quick. We're right here, right now, to provide you with alternative solutions to the issues in your life. My new book titled The Quick Fix, A Simple Process for Positive Change, is now available on Amazon.com. It's all about you achieving serenity, finding your purpose and your passion. It's listed on Amazon.com under the full title of The Quick Fix, A Simple Process for Positive Change, for only $24.95. Or you can visit my website, bradleyquick.com, and for just $9.95, order an e-copy of The Quick Fix and receive the free guided meditation CD with your order. There's no easier route to passion and purpose in your life than The Quick Fix. There just isn't. Simply go to bradleyquick.com and receive your ebook and free CD in minutes, if not in seconds. The Quick Fix at bradleyquick.com. Dr. Earl Mindell's Nutrition Bible and New Vitamin Bible. Let's get that right up there like that. New Vitamin Bible. There you go, right like that. Is straight skinny on fad diets, good carbs, good fats, good proteins, and how to opt out of the diabetes epidemic. We're talking about aging right now. Dr. Mindell, welcome back.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be back.
So they can go to www.drmindell.com and see all of this, get the whole skinny, right?
Right. Well, I have a blog, I have a newsletter, I have an Urban a Month, and I have products that I recommend on the newsletter. I try to keep people up to date on this because this field is just booming. I mean, there's so much information coming out that the average person never gets to hear because, unfortunately, most of the media is controlled by the drug companies.
Of course.
Because they're their advertisers, and they're not going to put on anything that isn't to their benefit.
It's drug companies and insurance companies.
Yeah, and it's funny. I talked to an insurance person, and then I said, I don't understand this. Why wouldn't the insurance companies be interested in keeping people healthy? Because this way they would pay their policies longer, right?
Right.
And it seems like exactly opposite because if you're well and you go to a practitioner, they don't pay. I mean, isn't that kind of ludicrous?
Terrible.
It's completely opposite.
Let's talk about aging. We're talking about slowing down the aging process or enhancing the aging process so we age gracefully.
Right. Well, it's interesting. There's a couple theories about aging. One of them, of course, is if you're overweight or obese, you're definitely speeding up the aging process because it's harder on the heart. It's going to possibly raise the blood pressure, which, of course, can lead to strokes, etc. It can be more difficult for the liver because the liver has to process more toxins, and etc. And just in general, I mean, when you get someone that weighs 300, 400, 500 pounds, you know that they're not going to live very long. So our weight is a big problem. Keeping our weight down is a major, major thing in the country because out of the 33 Western countries, Bradley, the United States is number one when it comes to being overweight. Number one.
And largest, but we spend the most money on diets and
And
medical.
diets don't work. In fact, I love the term diet because it starts with die. Yeah, who's going to? No one's going to do that. So,
well, the definition of diet is method of eating.
Method of eating. Well, here's a simple $1,000 hint. Ready?
Right.
About how to lose weight. Drink more clean water.
Right.
That's it. And people say, well, how much water should I drink? Take your weight divided by 2. That's approximately how many ounces you need per day. And you'll find that if you drink enough water, I've never seen anybody who's overweight that drinks enough water. I'm not talking about diet soft drinks. I'm not talking about all these artificial
Just talking
things.
about water.
Just clean water. That's number one thing. Second theory is the antioxidant theory. The antioxidants are the good guys that help protect you against the so-called bad guys, which are radical, unstable oxygen molecules that are produced by either physiological or psychological stress, by pollution, by our diet, the high-fat, fried, and so-called hydrogenated vegetable oil diet. They all contribute to speeding up of the aging process. See, these unstable oxygen molecules have to attack another cell to get rid of that extra electron, and that destroys the other cell. If we're always producing and sloughing off cells, and of course we want to be able to produce more healthy cells. So antioxidants are things such as the carotenoids found in the green, yellow, and orange leafy vegetables and fruits.
Most of us don't eat these vegetables raw, which would be the ideal way to do
Absolutely.
it. Right?
Absolutely.
Is steaming good?
Steam's fine, but take the water and sprinkle it over the vegetables again because a lot of the minerals are in that water. Vitamin C, vitamin E, the natural E, the mineral selenium. Green tea is a wonderful antioxidant. Coenzyme Q10, where more people are hearing about this, very important antioxidant. L-glutathione, which is an amino acid. Amino acids are the building blocks of protein. And I apologize for these names because most people have never heard of these things.
Of course.
That's why I write books
But
like
it's
the
all,
Vitamin
it's all on
Bible.
your website, right?
Well, also the New Vitamin Bible talks about it. But we should become aware of these things because they are important to basically neutralize the destructive, unstable oxygen molecules. And living in most cities that are polluted. If you don't think they're polluted, take a run next to a major artery about 4 o'clock.
No thanks, doctor.
I love that when you see these people that are really in good shape and they're running next to a major street. They might as well put their mouth around the exhaust thing and suck in the exhaust.
I've always found, though, that running is much easier if you got something to entertain the eye, rather than running out in the sand on the beach. It just seems much harder.
Well, the best exercise, and of course, it's another one of the theories of why we age is because we're not moving. Exercise is a wonderful thing to do, and we know that people who do exercise will live longer. People ask me, what's my ideal exercise? You'll love this one: 15 minutes of active sex 3 times a day.
Well, you're hired.
But it's not very practical. So try walking. And interesting. Swimming is great. Ideal walking. But we know that maestros, orchestra conductors, live long lives because they're constantly
moving.
The upper body movement.
Right, sure.
So when you're in the car, and you hear some music come up to a stop sign or something, start moving your arms.
Shake it.
Yeah, because think about it. The heart is a muscle, and it's an upper body muscle. And if you keep that heart strong, it's going to beat a lot longer. You love this one. Also, incarcerated lifers. These are people who
have done something and are stuck in there for life.
Right. They live a long life. Why?
Why is that? Yeah.
Well, once you become institutionalized, there's no more stress. You get nice, controlled meals.
I will tell you that when I was locked up, it was the easiest time I've ever had in my life.
Well, I'm saying, so
nothing to worry about.
Nothing to worry about. You get 3 square meals a day and exercise. I don't recommend it, though. I don't recommend getting locked up.
Come on.
And the religion that lives the longest in the United States are the Seventh-day Adventists.
Why is that?
Well, because they don't eat meat. They eat soy foods. They don't drink coffee. They don't drink alcohol. And they don't smoke cigarettes. So they live about 8 to 10 years longer than the average American. Hawaii is the longest lived state in the country. And the island of Okinawa, which is the southern island of Japan, they live the longest of any of the Western countries.
So how can we capsulize what you just told us here in the last few minutes about aging, about making it slow?
Well, we seem to be speeding up. We are doing everything we can.
How do we turn that around, Doctor?
But just imagine that the average American lives to be 78 on the average, no matter what we do. So if we took as good care of ourselves and learn about this, we'd probably all live to be over 100 in good shape. I mean, it's not just important to live long. It's kind of what kind of a shape you're in. And I think that 120 to 150 is a good potential in the next century.
Why do adrenal glands and thyroid glands seem to go?
Well, adrenal exhaustion. I mean, if you are putting the drugs in your body, the caffeine and the other things like that, prescription drugs, the 3rd or 4th leading cause of death in the United States are prescription drugs.
Right.
So that can lead to adrenal exhaustion, and it's definitely one of the problems when it comes to fatigue and people feel so lethargic, and of course then it leads to depression, the whole thing.
Don't tell me, but I'm not addicted. These are prescription drugs.
Well, it's interesting. Being a pharmacist, of course, I understand that if something is deadly, dangerous, or toxic, it must be prescribed by a physician. Right? You are not allowed to put into your body something that's deadly, toxic,
but they can.
But they can prescribe it. And of course, you watch those television commercials for the drug ads. At the end of the ad,
it's going to kill you.
Well, there's one of my favorite drug ads is one about a antifungal for toenail fungus, and 3 times they mention as a side effects is death. But I guess it does take care of the toenail fungus. There's no doubt about it.
That is so funny because all of these drugs have side effects, and
every drug has a side effect.
And I think that more people are addicted to prescription drugs than anything else.
Well, there is a great amount of people who are addicted to prescription drugs. I mean, the so-called antipsychotics, the sleeping pills, whole thing.
There's no more talk therapy today. It's all
drugs.
Drugs, yeah.
I mean, and don't get me wrong. There is a need for prescription drugs, but I think the over
2% for about 2% of those that are prescribed prescription drugs.
Right, but the overuse and misuse of the drugs is frightening, and it's getting younger and younger.
Will you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Will you stay with me? Let's get rid of Paul Medrano, Mr. Universe. We do not need him in today's show. This is just too good a show. I don't want to cut you off, and I want you to stay here for another segment.
Well, I'm only too happy to.
His name is Dr. Earl Mindell, and he's got the new Vitamin Bible, You can check him out at his website at www.drmindell.com. That's Mindell, drmindell.com. And make a note, you can listen to this show again anytime you want at bradleyquick.com. bradleyquick.com. This is pretty amazing. I'm loving it. All right, everybody, stay put. You're in the right place. Cool Change Radio would like to welcome our new talk show hosts, Dr. Doug Lear, Dorothy Lee Donahue, Gary Cornegay, Elaine Baker, and, of course, Champion Life Coach in their new show, Coaching Couples on the Couch. And you can catch our show every day at noon and 6 p.m. Pacific. We're coming right back with more Dr. Earl Mindell. My name is Bradley Quick. You listen to Cool Change Radio, your home for self-improvement, here on your Solutions Radio Network. We'll be right back.
There are self-help seminars costing thousands of dollars guaranteeing miraculous transformations. There are compelling speakers and life-changing weekend experiences where you can walk on fire. They all deliver revelations that guarantee you'll come back for the more expensive revelations filled with even greater wonder next month on Fiji. We get addicted to positive, heartfelt, expensive theater. What we really need is a jumpstart, an awakening, someone who can give us a reminder that everything we need lies within. Through inspiration and practical knowledge, Dorothy Donahue helps people get grounded and motivated, inspired and energized. It's not just words and affirmations and the power of intention. It's a mindset brought about by a tangible, transcendental experience, an audio-visual, physical, spiritual experience that helps us realize we transform ourselves. We get tools to become the conscious co-creators of lives of unlimited potential. Find out more. Go to DorothyDonahue.com. You're listening to The Quick Fix with Bradley Quick. Purpose, power, motivation. We'll be right back.
I'm Melody Beattie, author of Codependent No More. 7 times more Americans have hepatitis C than AIDS. I'm one of them. If you're one of the millions of Americans with hepatitis C and your doctors are treating you with interferon, then you're clearly aware of how your life has been turned horribly upside down. Backed by huge pharmaceutical monies, the medical community swears there's only one dangerous, disabling way to battle this silent killer. It's not true. There are alternatives, and they work. Triumph Over Hepatitis C is a book written by best-selling author Lloyd Wright, who fully recovered from this frightening disease. Lloyd is helping others to take charge of their lives and fight for their body's freedom from this crippling illness. His program is working for me. Call the people at Hepatitis C Free now at 866-HEP-C-FREE. That's 866-HEP-C-FREE.
I like this.
Don't become another medical statistic.
This is new.
Find out the truth about hepatitis C and get your life
I remember
back.
in the old
Get
days
your
used to have
copy of Triumph Over
a
Hepatitis
sock.
C at Barnes & Noble and at hepatitiscfree.com. Call
Those days are gone.
HEP-C-FREE.
No, remember, it's a sock.
All righty, welcome back. Thanks to you all for listening and joining us on CoolChangeRadio.com, Facebook.com, and BradleyQuick.com. So you know you can catch all our live and video recording shows on CoolChangeRadio.com and over 700 to 800 hours of my best audio interviews, your favorite topics and personalities at BradleyQuick.com. You're listening to Cool Change Radio, broadcasting live from Freddie Siegel Studios. We're your home for self-improvement and a place for positive life enhancement. And don't forget, you can join me at Recover Yourself with Lee McCormick and Emily Greaves in Teotihuacan, Mexico, July 14th to the 19th. Recovery is not about becoming someone else. Recovery is about reconnecting to the truth of who we really are and always have been. That's Recover Yourself with Lee McCormick, Emily Greaves, and me, Bradley Quick, in Teotihuacan, Mexico, July 14th through the 19th. You don't want to miss this, and it's all yours for just $9.95 plus airfare. For reservations and information, please visit www.spiritrecovery.com. That's spiritrecovery.com, and click on the Journeys link at spiritrecovery.com. I want you to know we're being supported in large part by one of my favorite charities, the Cool Change Foundation. The Cool Change Foundation was created to help families and all the children in those families. They do that by providing positive transformational life enhancement methods and techniques to those children's caretakers, usually moms and dads, so that they may overcome negative habits and become better role models and providers for the kids. As a result, their home and family life will be more nurturing and loving. You can help the Cool Change Foundation help the moms, dads, and kids in your community, and you can do that right now. Simply send your donation of love and support directly to the foundation at thecoolchangefoundation.org. That's thecoolchangefoundation.org. Once there, simply click on the Support Us link at the top of the page, and you'll be helping the children. That's thecoolchangefoundation.org. Click on the Support Us link to help kids today. Every penny counts, no donation is too small, and the children need your help. From all of us at Cool Change Radio, we thank you for your support. For those of you watching us on YouTube, we're still here. We're going to be here through the end of the show. This is just great. We got Dr. Earl Mindell here with us, DrMindell.com. Dr. Earl, welcome back.
My pleasure to be back.
It's so good, and we just got so much to talk about here.
Well, there's no doubt about it. We don't talk enough about being healthy. I think that it's about time that we woke up to the fact that what we've been doing for the last 40, 50 years ain't working.
Right.
I mean, even the politicians are saying we're going to go broke if we continue to do what we've done in the past, and that is wait for people to get sick and then try to pay to get them well.
We say at the top of the show, if you keep doing what you're doing, you'll keep getting what you're getting.
Oh, absolutely. No doubt about it.
Change and fear have one thing in common, though. They're both the unknown. It's easier to keep doing what we're doing because we know what we're going to get.
Right. Well, people don't like to go out of their comfort zone, etc.
Exactly.
But, people say you are what you eat. No, you become what you eat.
Right.
So if you're a big donut eater, you're going to become a donut.
What are the top 10? Cholesterol is big in the country.
Cholesterol is gigantic. It's almost too big. I mean, the average physician thinks that, and of course, medicine
they just want to give you more drugs.
Well, but medicine is based now on the number system. You see, if you hit a certain number, 200 milligrams per deciliter, you are on your Lipitor or Mevacor or Crestor. And
these are multi-billion-dollar products.
No doubt about it. I mean, the one drug, Lipitor, which is going off patent in about a year or so, produces about close to $10 billion. Just one drug. But
so you got, what are the 10 cholesterol busters?
Well, of course, the big one that I talk about is psyllium. Psyllium. It's a husk. It's grown in India, and it helps to definitely lower cholesterol. Niacin, which is vitamin B3. The problem with niacin is it causes a flushing, a redness, a tingling, but there is a type of niacin called inositol hexanicotinate. I apologize for that name, but inositol hexanicotinate that will help not only to lower cholesterol and triglycerides, but bring up the good cholesterols. And the omega-3, the fish oils, we're learning more and more about how important fatty fish are, and we should be eating at least 2 servings of fatty fish a week. The best, of course, is wild salmon, mackerel, cod, halibut, bass, albacore, tuna, sardines, anchovies. They're excellent source of this fatty omega-3 fatty acids. If you're a vegetarian, flaxseed and flaxseed oil does convert to this omega-3, not as well. So those are some of the things that can help to lower your
What's
cholesterol.
the most important meal of the day? I'm under the opinion we should eat 5 or 6 times a day.
Well, that's right. You can either eat small meals more often, or the most important meal is the one we call break fast.
It's in the morning, isn't it?
Well, true, because think about it. The longest period of time you haven't eaten is for the first thing in the morning from the last time you ate at night, unless you had an IV drip set up by the bed, right?
Well, you're going to prepare that for us, aren't you?
So breakfast or breakfast is the most important meal, and it's the most abused meal of the American day. So we should probably eat exactly opposite of what we're doing, and that is eat breakfast like a king, lunch like a queen, and dinner like a pauper. And most people get most of their calories after 6 o'clock.
For dinner, you're talking about.
Dinner and snacks. See, and that's the problem. You know, the French eat almost as much fat as we do, or maybe as much, but they don't snack. They only eat their regular meals. We have become a nation of snackers, of grazers. And here's a couple of quick tips. Don't eat while you're standing up.
Right? Don't eat while you're standing up.
Don't eat in front of a television or a computer or a Game Boy or whatever else it is, because that's unconscious eating. If you notice people eating popcorn at a movie, right? It's like the executioner is down the aisle ready to come and get them. They're shoveling this stuff in. So what happens is we eat over our satiation point. And once you do that, you will start to gain weight. So you should eat below your satiation point.
Now,
Or
tell me this.
point.
We've got a few minutes left here, and
Yep.
I got so many questions for you. But I have friends that have cluster headaches and migraine headaches. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
now, you hear about that all the time.
Yes.
And doctors are giving them all kinds of stuff that doesn't work. Is there a natural cure for headaches like that?
Well, it's interesting that you mentioned that because there's an herb called feverfew, Feverfew. It was first written about in 1549. I have the book, believe it or not.
It was published back then.
Yeah,
right?
so it's nothing new. I'm sorry, it's 1649. 1649 was the first time it was published. It helps with migraine headaches and so-called, I know they call them all different cluster headaches, etc. And yet we know nothing about this. But of course, there are some foods that can really exacerbate migraines, etc.
What you got 10 core principles. Tell me what they are.
Well, of course, number one is to drink more clean water.
Right.
And once again, I would take your weight divided by 2. That's how many ounces you need. To keep your weight down, it's very important. Eat more fruits and vegetables. For instance, an apple is a serving. And that story about an apple a day is correct, but they didn't realize that they're sprayed and with all the things.
Right.
So buy organic type of things. Exercise or moving. Is another core principle.
Right.
Basically, it's hard to explain this, but I feel that people are so uptight. They don't take time to relax, etc. Find some place where you can unwind. And I've told people, it sounds pretty weird, but go into your shower stall, get a little stool, sit there, and just relax. Don't turn the water on. Just relax.
Stay dry.
Stay dry. So learn to unwind, etc. And the more television you watch, the more weight you'll gain. And whatever you do before bedtime, don't watch any violent programs or movies on television.
I can tell when that happens, my adrenaline starts.
Of course.
Yeah.
And caffeinated beverages is another thing that part of the core principles. If you're going to drink caffeinated beverages, make sure it's on about 2 or 3 hours before you go to sleep. 7 to 8 hours of sleep. And new research is showing that you need that much sleep.
Well, wait a second. I wake up in the morning, whether it's to relieve my bladder for whatever reason, right? I get back in bed and I can't seem to get there sometimes. Sometimes I can't seem to go back to sleep. What is that? Why is that?
Well, it's true because you're interrupting your sleep. But I talk about calcium, magnesium as nature's tranquilizers taken at bedtime. There are some wonderful things, melatonin, 5-HTP, which is the active ingredient of tryptophan that can help you to sleep. But I think the big problem is we're just not getting enough sleep. And it's so important because that's when you are producing all your new cells and the immune system, etc. So those are some of the core principles that we should be doing on a daily basis to take care of this wonderful machine, our body. I mean, imagine it lasts 78 years no matter what you do to it. What would happen if we really took as good care of ourselves as
Okay, in
we
the
should?
last minute here, tell them what they can do. They can go get your vitamin Bible.
Yeah, the Vitamin Bible, the new Vitamin Bible just came out in the 30th anniversary. You can go on to www.drmindell.com. All my books are there. I have a website, of course, that has a blog and a newsletter and an herb of the month. I try to keep people up to date on the latest cutting-edge nutritional research.
You
And
do
there's
all
so
the
many.
work for them so they don't have to. So all they have to do is sit in the comfort of their own home or office and go to the website.
Well, I don't want them to sit because that's a mistake. You
Well,
got to get up
let's
and
stand.
get up and move around. Get in the habit
I'm
of
talking about
exercise.
they can sit and
Yeah,
watch
of
your
course.
stuff, right?
Okay.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
You got to exercise. You got to move around, and you'll find that when you do that, walking is to me one of the best exercises going.
It is, isn't it? Fast pace, slow pace.
Well, get up to about brisk walk about 2 miles a day, and you'll lose a half a pound a week.
What's your opinion on stretching?
Great. I
Gotta
think you should
stretch.
do that before you.
Before and after,
before-
always,
yeah.
always. Will you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Will you come back here?
I'd love to. I think you're doing a wonderful service to the public, bringing this information to people.
Will you not wait as long next time?
Okay.
I'm going to hold you to that, all right?
No problem.
I'd like to give a great big thanks to Freddie Siegel and our friends at YouTube and Google for the financial support that our new hit channel, youtube.com/Cool Change Foundation, has brought to our charity. Just a wonderful thing. I want to thank Ken Sheets at buzzbros.com, that's BUZZBROZ.com, for creating our Cool Change Foundation channel on YouTube. That's amazing. You guys love the videos. I'm so happy for you guys going and watching them. Thank you for making my day and my night. You're making my life. This is incredible. We're pushing 1 million views so far, 1 million views. I'd like to thank our fabulous guest, Dr. Earl Mindell, and his Dr. Earl Mindell's Vitamin Bible. You can go to www.drmindell.com and get his book and everything else. It's drearlmindell.com. I'd also like to thank the people who make this show happen. Our fantastic engineer, Rob Gainey. That's why we sound so good. He's the author of Rockin' Your Stage Sound, available in bookstores now. That's Rockin' Your Stage Sound, available in bookstores now. Go get it. And our fitness expert, Paul Medrano, we'll catch him tomorrow, on Monday for that reason. The show is produced by Bradley Quick Production and has been made possible by Fred Siegel, YouTube, Google, Buzzbros, the Salvation Army, Universal Studios, Milestones Ranch, Malibu, Tim Allen, Marilyn Toth, and many others, including the Cool Change Foundation. Remember, it's time for a cool change with the Cool Change Foundation.